Okay, we're at Next Level in the southwest of Portland, Oregon. And I gotta tell you, it is crazy. It's in a place called Hillsboro, B-O-R-O. This is something interesting. There are over 150, 200 pins in here. Some of the most rare, like roller coaster. Let me say that again, all of the pins are in immaculate shape, except for probably one or two of the classics, like Stargazer, Centaur, you know, some older stuff. But I mean, we got NASCAR, 24 Hour, Shrek, the Tron, Iron Man, all the modern day stuff on top of the classics. I mean, we're spanning multiple decades. This is by far the best central collection of pinball. If you notice, a lot of the pinballs have toppers. I'm pretty impressed with that overall. This venue is comprised of multiple rooms. It has video arcade games, and then it's outlined on each room by pinballs. There's also driving games and full arcades, modern stuff as well. As you can tell, everything from Baywatch to Maverick and Batman. Played a bunch of these. I've been here for 6 hours, my feet hurt. And then, of course, they have The Walking Dead. And you see they have pinball toppers. I really like the topper on Walking Dead. It's pretty awesome. And you can see, and here's Mustang modern day. Here's Time Crisis 5, right in the middle of it all. Just all these cool games. So the only thing that aren't on free play are the crane games, of course. You have to pay for those. Here's the second room. Now check this out. We just walked out of this room over here. Okay, that's 40 pins times 2. That's just 80 right there. Not to mention the fact we have this stuff back here, which is Jumanji, multiplayer game, community game. Another one is Wizard of Oz, The Hobbit, Dialed In, Pirates, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Played it for the first time today. Or not first time, but not in a long time I played it. So that was kind of cool. And then they have the original Elton John, the new one. I'll show you that. And Godfather, which is right here. Toy Story. As you can tell, here's the Elton John. And all of these playfields are really good. Then here's the super bikes and everything. They're right here. Gauntlet is here. These guys played Gauntlet today for quite some time. Okay, we had a concerned parent. You're not really supposed to film in here with children, which I understand. But I did play this earlier. When you first walk in, there's the man cave. It's got some Seahawks paraphernalia, different stuff. This is in immaculate shape. Immaculate. Most of the games are. It's pretty cool. Check it out. And they even have, like, you know, I mean, check this out in the back. When you walk in, this is what you see, these giant machines. All the latest stuff, the latest centipedes and other things. Here's another pinball room. Okay, another pinball room. As you can tell, we got about 8 pins on each side. That's 16 just in here. We're already up to 96. I hadn't even shown the back room. Check this out, man. There's the Spy Hunter. More of the classics, you know, kind of the early 90s, the Black Knight, the 9-ball, Flash Gordon, Paragon, played it earlier. There's Embryon also here, and Stargazer. Stargazer is the only field out of everything that was chopped. Usually Paragon's chopped, but it's a wide body. They do have a couple wide bodies, Space Invaders, those kinds of things. Let's see. So Space Invaders, Embryon, it's all here. They have Alien Poker. That was one that was not really well known. That is a Williams, by the way. It was kind of, you know, the 80s theme, late 80s is what I would say on that. I didn't look at the copyright on it because there's not one on the back glass. Then there's Blackout, the original Dracula, not the modern day. Then Lee Majors in the $6 Million Man. He was married to Farrah Fawcett, the Perfect 10. Ted Nugent, rare, unique, and amazing. Look at this. Back when Elton John and rock stars could have their own games. And of course, I did play Space Shuttle. I'll show you this. The flippers are not the original Williams, but they are the same size, and they work great. They also redid the drop targets. Something's going on there. Some new electronics and some custom-made drop targets really makes the game work the way it should. I really like it. Lots of driving games. I mentioned them before. Check this out. I mean, it's driving games. You can't run out of them. Look at this. Here's Nitro. It's a community game. I mean, my God, it's great. Yeah, and we're in another pinball room. This one's 10 on this wall, 10 on the back wall. That's 20. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 24. Then there's 2 sets in the middle. I think these are 12 banks. Each bank is 12. We've got the Beatles, the 007, Dr. No, Thunderball. I mean, Venom's here. That's the one they can't get rid of. They've got it in stock. No one can get rid of this game fast enough right now. Let's see. The Aerosmith game played really good. Played it earlier. Everything worked out nice. This is the, I think this is premium. But as you can tell, this is one of the 3 Aerosmith games that are out. They had a Guns N' Roses that played really good earlier. They do have this Star Wars. Okay, premium. Empire Strikes Back. Then they had over here Star Wars Data East. Here we go. Which is the one from that everyone remembers with R2-D2. He pops up and down and all that. And the Death Star that you hit into. I'll be back to play that before I leave. Here's the GNR game I played earlier, Guns N' Roses. Plays great. Like I said, most of them, you know, have toppers, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, this room right here is just unbelievable. Bunch of Elviras, bunch of Batmans, 69 original. The original Back to the Future. Here's the original Turtles. Then they have Bonsai Run. I only know of 2 of these in existence. One is at the Pinball Collective in Seattle, Washington. And then another one is here. That's it. So it's kind of cool. It's got this upper play field. If you ever see Bonsai Run, try and play it. It'll kind of blow your mind. The graphics are kind of, you know, like you're in a garden or something. Anyway, you can probably do better. And this is Pabst Blue Ribbon Can Crusher. I don't know if you've seen this. Limited edition run, pretty cool. Then these are the home editions. Look at this. This Jurassic Park home edition. And it plays like it. Does not play well. This one plays okay. It's another home edition. And it's right next to, I think there was 500 of these made, or 50 of them in the world. This is a Primus. This is the second one I've seen that's actually on location. The other one is at Ready Player One Games in Glendale, Arizona. And Mystic and Trizone, the list goes on. They even have a Xenon. This is a fairly recognized game. A lot of people don't recognize it, but they've played it, or they'll see it and say, oh, I think I might know that. They did have Mando, Deadpool. You can tell the toppers are all here. I like toppers. A lot of the toppers, so these are the original toppers, okay? And you got to admit, I mean, when you buy the original toppers and the games are totally functional, I mean, it makes such a difference. There is a section of laser etched toppers. So as you can tell, I mean, this is like the modern day row right here. Little pro tip: if you start a game and you want it to go away, like on Stranger Things, you can press and hold both flipper buttons and the start, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and score a couple of points. There it is. Okay, skill shot.
Ball save.
It's going to do a ball save. And I'm going to hold those flipper buttons in, and then on the left-hand side, I'm going to press the start button after I hold the flippers in. I'll show you what happens. And check this out. I just canceled the game altogether. So when it's on free play, it does that. I know you can set them up to where when they take coins and you do that move, it'll actually cancel the current game you're in and start it over. That's kind of a cool feature for practicing. So that's the pro tip that nobody wants to talk about. There you go. I've now spilled the beans. Of course, that's on a Stern game, a Stern table. And so here's Godzilla. Yeah, this was Avengers Infinity Quest. The table was kind of dark. Had a little bit of trouble. And the glass was so shiny when I got here, I had a little bit of trouble adjusting my eyes. I just had to get used to see the glares off. They don't have the anti-glare shields in the back, which would be nice. Hello, they're easy. And but yeah, I like the Led Zeppelin. and they do sell games here. Here's the, you know, the late version of Turtles. I like this. And then they had Foo Fighters. You know, they had multiple versions of Jurassic Park. They had Lost World, Dinosaurs of the Earth. This is the one where the head moves around. Pro, it doesn't move. And they're all connected to the internet too. Check this out. So they're on the Stern Insider. You scan the barcode up here. That gets you in there. Then you flash a barcode and it keeps your scores for you. I have yet to look at my scores because I know what they are, but it's nice to have it. And then this was my favorite pinball machine as a kid, just because I like the rock group. This is Kiss. So yes, I'm going to show a playfield that is immaculate. This game got played so much that the playfield would turn into chop, literally. So I'm going to let you guys go. That's kind of a mini tour of what's here. These guys are like posing for something. I don't know. They're statues. There's BB-8. Anyway, some cool things to go around. I mean, just imagine spending 6 hours here. I'm going to play some Kiss pinball.